Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of the Daily Around the Association, part of the Unquestionably Raw NBA podcast. Today's March 16th, 2017. So, want to look back at the action from last night's games, Wednesday, March 15th. Diving right in, first game of the night, the Dallas Mavericks surprised the Washington Wizards with a key win. Um, that would, like I said, was unlikely for them. Dirk Nowitzki, 20 points. Seth Curry puts in 10 of his 19 points in the fourth quarter. And they had their highest scoring period of the season in that quarter to end up beating the Washington Wizards 112 to 107. Harrison Barnes chipped in 22 for the Mavs. And Nicholas Brasino stepped in to score 11 points off the bench as the Dallas Mavericks snapped that two-game losing streak that they had after losing to Toronto, earlier this week. The next game on the slate, the Indiana Pacers get a win after an ugly loss last game. They win 98-77 over the Charlotte Hornets. Paul George really couldn't have picked a better time to lead the Pacers to a win. They really needed this one to stay right there in the sixth seed in the Eastern Conference. He puts in 39 points, 27 of those in the second half. And this pretty much puts a nail in the coffin for the Charlotte Hornets' playoff chances in the Eastern Conference, in my opinion. The Boston Celtics end up beating the Minnesota Timberwolves. Isaiah Thomas scores 27 points to lead Boston to that 117-104 win. Al Horford puts in 20 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists as well. This is, a great win for the Celtics. They win 10 out of their last 11 games at home, really surging there. And sadly, on the side of the Timberwolves, Lance Stevenson, who's on a 10-day contract, goes down with an ugly ankle injury again. So not sure he's going to be able to make it through the rest of the season healthy at this point. Next game on the slate, we've got the Utah Jazz taking out the Detroit Pistons 97-83. Detroit they did not look like they wanted to play this game. They ended up only scoring 35 points in the first half and ended up, like I said, with 83 total. Gordon Hayward put in 25 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists, while Rudy Gobert had 12 points, 9 rebounds, and four blocks. So it's going to be hard to see Detroit really hold on to a playoff spot in the East playing like this. 2 bad games in a row, and it just doesn't look like they won it at all. Next up, the New Orleans Pelicans end up losing to the Miami Heat 120 to 112. DeMarcus Cousins, yet another technical foul. On Miami's side, they are surging again. Great to see. I have them making the playoffs. They're 14-1 in their last 15 at home, which is great. They're now tied for the 8th and final Eastern Conference spot with Detroit as Milwaukee moved up to 7. And, really looks like they want to play. Everybody on the team is engaged. Goran Dragic, 33 points. Hassan Whiteside, 20 points and 17 rebounds. And New Orleans better hope they get it together, the last few games of the season, or otherwise Alvin Gentry might be on his way out as head coach. Los Angeles Lakers end up losing again. They are in full tank mode. It just didn't look good all the way around. The Houston Rockets take them out 139 to 100. James Harden with his 17th triple-double of the season. Lou Williams broke out of his shooting slump as well during this game. Harden had 18 points, 13 assists, and 12 rebounds. The interesting thing about the Lakers are, yes, they are tanking, guys have, but they have 5 losses by 39 or more points this season, one more than all other teams combined, which is pretty bad. So hopefully the Lakers turn it around in this offseason. D'Angelo Russell did not look good off the bench, and Jordan Clarkson didn't look good as a starter. So hopefully those guys will kind of flip-flop around maybe. and change positions, and maybe Nick Young will sit a little bit as the season closes. We see D'Angelo play the point and Clarkson at the 2. Memphis Grizzlies beat the Chicago Bulls. Conley, Mark Gasol, and Mike Conley each scored 27 points. Bad on Chicago side as they're trying to make the playoffs. Dwayne Wade ends up with a sprained right elbow late in the game, missing the final 8 minutes. Chicago is another team that just doesn't look like they want that playoff spot, and sad to see. Hopefully Miami takes the reins and really makes a push to get in there to get it. Portland Trailblazers spoil LaMarcus Aldridge's return. Aldridge was out with that heart condition, as I mentioned yesterday. The Blazers get 36 points from Damian Lillard and 26 points from C.J. McCollum. I think it's a little bit too late for Portland to make a run for the playoffs, but never count them out, as they made a late run last season as well, and really came on strong late. The Sacramento Kings beat the lowly Phoenix Suns. Phoenix, I don't know what to say about them right now. Eric Bledsoe has knee soreness. He's shut down for the rest of the season. Tyler Ulis, Allen Williams, Devin Booker, it's your time. Go ahead and take over the team and show what you can do in those minutes. And Scalabissier for Sacramento Kings, what a night for him. He ended up with his career high in points, 32 points, with 21 of those in the fourth quarter. Really looks great. Matt, my co-host on the Unquestionably Raw NBA podcast, him and I are both super high on Sacramento and what they have in those young pieces, and Willie Cauley-Stein, Buddy Hield, and Scalabissier. Wish management was better, but hey, maybe it'll come in time. Last game of the night is wrap this episode up. The Milwaukee Bucks hold on to beat the Clippers for a 97-96 win. Blake Griffin for the Clippers missed that last-second little shot there. Sadly, Milwaukee really, they were up 97-91 as Dellavedova hit that 3 with about a minute and change to go. And then they just kind of fell flat after that. And it's, surprising that Milwaukee's held on the way they have. They are 11-5 since Jabari Parker went down, and right now in 7th place in the Eastern Conference. So maybe we'll see Milwaukee hold it up. I predicted they would come and make the playoffs. That was before the Jabari Parker injury, but it looks like they're holding strong without him. Clippers right now, they're going to rest Blake in the next game, along with, I believe it was DeAndre Jordan as well against Denver. So interesting to see what's going to happen with that game. Injuries on Denver's side, and then rest Thursday or tonight's game, which is Thursday, for both Blake and DeAndre. So we'll see what happens there. But that's going to basically wrap it up for this daily around the association. Hope everybody enjoys the March Madness games throughout the day today on TNT, True TV, and TBS. Remember, no games on TNT for the NBA this evening. You can catch, of course, all the games on League Pass. NBA TV, it's Cavs and Jazz at 7 p.m. So that should be a good one there. But see you all tomorrow, and thanks for checking this out.